welcome to another episode of the Poetry Group podcast. My name is D'Artagnan Solis, and not as always, Jeremiah Griffin is not here. Today, our special guest co-host is none other than Tallonted. Tallonted, can you introduce yourself and what you do with poetry and music?
Hey, what's going on? I'm Tallonted. Pretty much started with poetry, then went into hip hop. Kind of was kind of by chance because I was already into hip hop and I played guitar. So it just took a while, but yeah, I do a little bit of writing as far as poetry, and then hip hop not so much underground, but like lo-fi ish hip hop.
Hell yeah.
My stage name is Tallonted.
As you guys can see
Kinda
on
just
screen,
play on
that's
words.
Tallonted. Can you let us know where to find you?
Instagram, Tallonted4, Tallon 4, number 4. Same thing on what else do I have? Discord. I'm sorry, not Discord, Twitch. Been trying to stream a little bit.
Hell yeah, what do you be streaming?
I've been trying to stream retro games, Nintendo 64,
Okay.
PlayStation 2, things like that. I'm still getting a hold of it and like the settings and all that. But yeah, I'm trying to get into that, kind of figure out how to record that, put my music on it.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, if you guys have any questions for Tallonted, he might be able to answer those in the comment section for you later. So go ahead and drop those down below. Make sure you give him a follow on Instagram and on Twitch, as if you guys are into that retro gaming scene. Without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump into the first poem that we have for the week. This is Brandon Thornton's Love Her Like. Let me go ahead and share that with you. Dun, dun, dun. All right. Can you see that all clear?
Yeah, I can see that.
All right, cool. So we're going to get into this poem. At the end of this poem, we'll go ahead and give our thoughts, just as per usual. It'll be real interesting to see what Tallonted has to say and get his version of poetry, because it's a little different for everybody. So let's get into it.
The first 2 days we spent together, there was a killing. But I didn't need to call the first 48 to investigate how you murdered the competition. And your friends are going to think that I'm domestically abusing you, but I don't even care. I swear I'm going to punch you dead in your arm if you ever reach to open your own door. Chivalry isn't dead. A man only does what his woman asks him for. If your love was like an allowance, I would gladly do my chores, wash dishes, sweep floors, take care of the kids, fix you dinner. My specialty, Houston, is ramen noodles. Chopped carrots and broccoli, lemon pepper seasoning. Would you like hot sauce and cheese on yours? Now, I can't fold that well, but I might even do your laundry. Life doesn't come with the outline, so with me, there are no boundaries, no borders. And your time of need will be your biggest supporter, your number one fan, your man. Let's sit down and write us out a 5-year plan. I'm talking about building, expanding. We could come into our land. We put our trust in the Creator, and she can bless us with the faith of a mustard seed. What you think we're going to do with a good business plan and accountant? See, we pop a couple in. Jay-Z and Beyonce minus the fame. Eric and Holly minus the cheating. Ike and Tina minus the... All of me is what you'll be receiving on the daily. I'ma stay in the lights, never treating you shady. I'm an 80s baby, but got some of that old school loving. I'm talking about sexual healing between the sheets. I'm cruising, smoking while listening to Smokey. Still clean those backstabbers. Shout out to the OJs, but girl, I never do you like OJ. We have a bond that can never be severed. Your friends are envious, but electrons and protons, they jealous of our interaction. We have a kinetic energy that can be felt by the lame, a passion that can be seen by the blind. When you say you love me, it can be heard by the deaf. It's more than words. To look in your eyes, I can feel it in your breath. I don't know how much more is left, but every day I start to realize that real men do real things, fake dudes tell real lies. So that's when I say when Warhol teamed up with Gordon Parks, couldn't paint a more vivid picture of perfection. Mozart, teamed up with Quincy Jones, couldn't compose a more imposing symphony. I pray for an angel, and you were sent to me. So when you see me, you know what I'm saying, get in my, whatever this dance is called. B-box. That's just me praise dancing. I'm thanking the universe for my blessing. Woman, you are a blessing. Life is nothing more than a mere test. Let's learn each other's lessons so we can pass the exam. I'm Abraham, you're Sarah, I'm Martin, you Coretta, I'm Martin, you Gina, I'm Brad, you Angelina, I'm John, you Jacqueline, Barack, you Michelle, I'm Will, you Jada, I'm Neo, you Trinity, I'm Malcolm, you Betty. You said you want to make love in Malibu. Well, I said hop in my Chevy. She said she want to make love in Malibu. Well, I said hop in my Chevy because this is my last poem of the night right here. I stopped eating meat, but I'm addicted to your flesh. I said, I stopped eating meat, but I'm addicted to your flesh. Set me on fire like I was David Koresh. I'm a mess. My wife says that I'm a lot to handle, but she's good with my rock like Nick Van Exel. Maybe it's because I twist her body like a pretzel, then eat her to the core. I'm married, I can say those type of things, right? I'm gonna eat her to the core because she's sweeter than nectar. Provide, protect her, never disrespect her. Check out our body language. It's like I'm giving a lecture on how to keep a relationship popping better than some kettle corn. My baby a choosy lover. She never finna settle homes. Her old boyfriend, they foundation crumbled, so I invited her to a better home. She makes me better. She told me that she was lactose intolerant. She wasn't worried about my cheddar. She told me that she was lactose intolerant. She wasn't worried about my cheddar. And that made me cheese. I had visions of getting on my knees, making her my wife, not my wifey. Heartbreak dance like I'm hyphy. She's my queen, not Elizabeth, more like Isis or Nefertiti. She's never needy, but she needs me. I'm her nebulizer. She breathes me, and when she exhales, she forgets thoughts of her ex-males. Then I spread her on my sheets like I was working in Excel. I said she's my queen, not Elizabeth, more like Isis or Nefertiti. She's never needy, but she needs me. I'm her nebulizer. She breathes me. And when you can tweet that, she breathes me. And when she exhales, she forgets thoughts of her ex-males. Then I spread her on my sheets like I'm working in Excel. And if you want to hear the rest of that poem, I got some books for sale right about now. I appreciate y'all. Peace.
Oh.
Y'all make some noise for your feature, Brandon Thornton.
That's hilarious.
That was good. That was good. So, can you give me your thoughts on Brandon Thornton?
I can say that because I'm married.
Right, the way he had to like re-break it down.
It's like I'm not dirty. I'm in love.
What were some of your favorite lines in there?
Those little kind of fourth wall breaking lines were pretty funny for sure. Like, because it makes it feel so much more natural.
Mm-hmm. Did we freeze?
He didn't really play on the humor for it to feel natural, but the fact that he did it was like a bonus, a cherry on top. Like,
definitely. One of the things that I really liked about this poem is that he took so many references, and like when you're making reference, metaphor, and doing all of these poetic acrobats, right? It's very easy for your poem to feel jumbled and a mess, but everything felt like it had purpose. So you could tell there was a lot of thought process behind it. So every reference had power instead of just feeling like he was showing off what he could do with poetry. And I think it made every line hit very hard. Especially as he's going through all of the celebrity relationships. He really broke down. One, he had a really solid rhyme scheme through it. When he ended with Brad and Angelina, it flowed, it hit. But there's the other one where he's like, so-and-so without the cheating. And then it was a couple that he used for the beating, like, and then he let the crowd fill those in. Like that was,
yeah,
that was really powerful. I liked what he was doing in there.
Especially like just culturally, do you like even know who those people are?
For real, like they had to. If they imagine you performing that and they don't know who they are, it's just silence right there.
it might not hit with the different audience, like as far as like what they listen to for music, you know.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Overall, I recommend Brandon Thornton to the homies. With any closing statements on Brandon Thornton before we move on?
Uh, was that a series of poems? That wasn't like one whole poem.
It felt like it was a series of poems. I can't confirm or deny. And he kind of just flowed them all into one piece, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah, it wasn't like when he did like make a note that like, oh, this is my last poem. That's what made me think that. And then how like the last bit kind of, it was still about his lady, but like he was going about it differently than the first like 2/3 of that.
Yeah, that made me. That definitely made me wonder. So it's something that I would be interested in trying too. Like, can I write 3 or 4 poems that all kind of flow together, where you might think it's just one long one, but I really broke down 4, memorized them, got up, and just started going off for 7 minutes.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
He seems like he might be able to rap too. Like I don't know.
He did have battle rapper vibes.
Like just the way he would like, I don't know. He didn't seem uncomfortable at all.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
Doing that.
All right, we're gonna jump
Oh yeah,
into
that was dope though.
our next one. Is going to be Matt Capone. It's some love shit, and then the final one is going to be Dave Chappelle's "Fuck Ashton Kutcher." All right, so here we go. Matt Capone.
At other people's
Yo, did that video
relations,
ever
and
play?
she didn't want to go on and
Oh,
on
yeah,
with
it's
the
not.
times of wasting. So maybe in another lifetime. Poem. Yeah.
Awkward.
I'm like, at the end, that was perfect.
All right, so it actually works out because as we were listening to this, I was like, dang, I think we've played this poem on here before. So it's fine anyway. I'm definitely putting this in the bloopers at the end.
That's hilarious, bro. I thought like it froze, and I was waiting for it to work out.
He said, yo, this video over play. I'm like, oh shit, tabs over poem.
So right at the very end. Oh yeah, this is my song, guys.
That was I can't believe it. I can't believe it. That was perfect timing. But we could skip over this one because I'm pretty sure we've already featured this one. I was gonna let it play through because I was like, oh, we could get his thoughts on it, but I forgot to share the tab. That's on me. We're gonna go to Dave Chappelle. It's funny. Okay. So I'll let you actually introduce this one for anyone. You've heard this poem before. What do you give us a little background on it? Why you chose it would be cool.
This is a poem by Dave Chappelle from Def Poetry. This is like early 2000s, I think, on HBO. I forget who was doing it, but it's like HBO special. That's why a lot of people don't know about it. Dave Chappelle's a comedian, as people know, but this poem's like still in the same like humor level. Like he's still playing and having fun, you know? He's not really, it's not like a serious poem.
Hell yeah. Some of my favorite poems are the funniest ones, so let's jump into it. Dave Chappelle's Fuck Ashton Kutcher.
Thank you. Thank you very much. You know, God damn, it's a lot of pressure. Lay off of me. I couldn't say no to Russell and Stan. They're too powerful. This first poem is called Fuck Ashton Kutcher. Fuck Ashton Kutcher, the public image butcher. His shows are hit and I can't stand that shit. I don't even know him and I hate his guts. If he punks me, I won't sign the release. Because whenever he punks black people, it always involves the police. He be having all them white folks at home rolling. Brandy, did you know that jewelry was stolen? But hey, I'm a star. Well, stop shining and get your ass out that car. Now, he wouldn't like it if me and my friends, just before dawn, busted in his house with some ski mask on, put a gun in his mouth, and turned on the lights, and just when he screams out, yell out, "Psych!" Can you sign this release? I want to entertain people with your fear, you punk bitch. Thank you.
I think he has a couple more. That's one of them.
He's
The
still
name of this
going.
poem is How I Got the Lead on Jeopardy. The score is 200. We're all tied neck and neck. And it's my turn to address Alex Trebek. I close my eyes and I thank the Lord. Finally, my category's on the board. I'll take fucked up things white people did for 1,000, Alex. A bell went off. This could mean trouble. Today's answer, my friends, is a daily double. I took a deep breath. I held myself steady. And Alex Trebek was like, "Dave, are you ready?" I hit the buzzer. What is yes? And Alex said, "I didn't ask you the question yet. Now, how much money are you willing to bet?" I smiled with confidence, my hand on my balls. I said, "Alex, I'm willing to bet it all." And Alex said, "Okay, here's a question. They stole these people's land as they gave them syphilis. Who's everybody that's not white?" Alex looked at the card disappointed. Oh my God, he's right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
He said, "Who is
my God,
everybody
he's
that's
right.
not white?" It's crazy. Oh my God, he's right. So, what I really, really like about this poem is it really demonstrates how not every poem has to be elegant and poetic. You still very much got all of Dave Chappelle and his comedy in this poem, and it's really diversifies the type of poetry that we show here. We show a lot of love poems, we show a lot of toxicity, we show a lot of gaslighting, but having this comedic take on poetry is awesome, and I'm glad that you brought this one up. Do you have a favorite line, something that you really hoped everybody clung to?
Shoot. No, not really. These are always funny. He comes again another time in an episode, and he does another semi-serious but mostly funny poem, and I don't know. I think it's like his execution, his energy, where it's like he's still Dave Chappelle like comedian, I think that's what I like the most about it.
Still maintains himself in there. All right, well,
He-
thank
he's
you
not
for
like
sharing
he's
these.
not like somebody else,
Yeah. Really maintains who he is. Doesn't pull punches. And again, these are early 2000s, so he could say a lot more things. But I feel like even if he had a chance to do it today, he would probably still say it the same way.
Yeah, he just sound old. His voice is like so much deeper now.
Definitely. And he has a new sense of fashion now too. I think he got a new fashion designer.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. Like he's always hot. Like
Do you have something to take notes in? Do you have your notes app? You ready to go?
take notes, like
To write a poem. Yep.
Oh, yeah, I could do that.
Yep. All right. So I'm gonna set up our 10-minute timer. we're going to come up with a poetry prompt right now. Matter of fact, I think instead of a prompt, we should go with an idea. What do you think about taking 10 minutes to write the funniest poem you could think of?
The funniest poem?
Yeah, funniest poem you could think of.
Damn, I'm so used to being like super serious.
And I don't want to take you out of your element. If you have a different direction you want to go, we could definitely do it. I want to highlight you as a poet.
I mean, fuck it, I'll try. Like, let's see what happens. The pressure's on.
Pressure's on. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and mute myself. We're gonna get 10 minutes on the clock. Let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, good luck, bro. All right, we have the 10-minute timer going. The future us is now come back to fill in this 10 minutes for you, as the past us is currently trying to write the funniest poem that we can think of. Tallonted is still here with us. We're gonna go over these. We're gonna go over the comments from the previous video. Should be pretty quick because we only have 3 on this one. We have JSO6233 saying, "Great show. Enjoyed all the poets presented in this episode. Mad appreciation. Drop a like in there." JSO6233 saying, "Sunday fun day." That's what it's become. We're here every Sunday. And JSO6233 with the black snaps and the fires. We appreciate you, JSO, in the comment section every week. If you guys want to be featured in this portion of the video, make sure to drop some comments, leave some controversial opinions. We love to join in discussion with you guys. But without further ado, I want to get as much time left over for our special guest, Tallonted. We have some of his music piped up. You guys can find him on Instagram. Not Instagram. Yes, you can find him on Instagram, but you can find his music on Spotify. Tallonted, as you can see right here, that's his logo, and this is some of his music. So, Tallonted, which songs would you like to have featured right now?
Let's do Splinter.
Splinter, right here. This is Splinter by Tallonted.
Now, just being cool, like I am, chilling. Woman gonna come to me. This she just asked me the goddamn thing she wanna do. She said, "Mac." I said, "Yeah, that's my name." She said, "Can I ask you a question?" I said, "Yeah." She says, "Does pussy taste like pumpkin pie?" Made me mad as hell. I said, "Don't ask me no damn question like that. I ain't never had no pumpkin pie."
Holla. Where you at? What you doing? What you need? Go slow, then go fast. No complications I see. You like to have more than you can eat. Check it, I'm the whole cake. Don't be worried about a piece of action. Soreness on my hips, lips, dark on my neck. Dreams, some booty jeans, leaving bites on my chest. How to go, how to feel, how to sound. Shit to grade her favorite movie. Seduction is a bitch. I switched to being groovy. With or without, you can stay, you can lose me. Boca sucia, talk to me mo, háblame más, fala conmigo más, ella me dice, ella me dice, where you at, what you doing, what you need, hand on her lap in the whip as we speed, don't like that safe shit, dangerously, the way she curses out a motherfucker, sexy to me, move it again, I know you dance, eyes like diamonds, stuck in a trance, curly and straight, slim and thick waist, yo I'm down for a chase, prince type, I just want your extra time, overnight freaky yoga exercise, cause I got this high, that's right, boca sucia, talk to me mo, háblame más, fala conmigo más, ella me dice, ella me dice, boca sucia, talk to me mo, háblame más.
Wild.
Is this just the beat outro right here?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Now, this is one of one of my favorite songs that you produced. I love the hook. Talk to me mo, háblame más. That part, like, it hits. Every time you perform it, I be singing along with that shit. Love that part. You still have 6 minutes on the clock. Do you want to share the poem right now? Or you want to share one more song?
Let me do some poetry.
All right.
Do some poetry. All right.
Pop back over.
Because otherwise, I don't get to share none. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Poetry too often.
All right. Stage is yours.
All right. This is a poem about my personal like opinions about like anger and stuff. Here we go. I'm not ashamed of anger, but I've been made to be. This is part of what protects me should I lay on my back as enemies attack. Let me be the demon you see, most of whom have no courage or strength, tremble even at the treble of my voice, as if they've never experienced the bass in their hearts. Have they no fire? Whom will they protect if mere words are enough to shake the ship? The world is much more action than tonality. Let me be the demon you see. How can I be the monster they label dangerous? I've not once had my heart and body in a true fight. I've not once shared mutual combat, yet my character is questioned. Let me be the demon you see. The more I control this anger and develop understanding, the more I am unsure of truth. Not enlightenment nor exhaustion can alleviate this energy permanently. I attempt to outtrain this and I search for rare meaning, but I only see the weak satisfied if I am also a weakling. Let me be the demon you see. Must I be slow, atrophy any muscle for self respect? How do you uphold boundaries when a docile spirit is not enough? How do you beckon for justice if sincerity has no currency in conflict? How do you preserve life without a clenched fist? With these words, it might be easier to notice me as chaos than serenity. Let me be the demon you see. I am wrong at all corners of life's dimensions. Not a door that matters opens for me without some cost. I tend to be the expense and treated as expendable. No volume of my voice can be low enough to appease. Regardless of how small I make myself, I will say damage is less than a scratch, while they frantically claim I made them bleed. Let me be the demon you see. If I display calm disagreement, it is spun as lunacy. If to the rules I act accordingly, exceptions are made against me. So my last thought is maybe I can find solace in silence. But another time will come, and that silence cannot be me. Let me be the demon you see. And that's my phone.
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. That was one, I relate to that idea a lot. I relate to how can you the idea is you want to keep peace, but you can't always be a peaceful person to maintain that peace, right? Is that where we're
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. And
Yeah,
you're
I knew you
almost
would get it.
and almost society almost vilifies you for being that powerful presence that it might have to fight for peace and ignoring the fact that the reason that we even have the peace we have right now is because we all fought for that, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah, no, that was
for
powerful.
sure.
I one of my favorite lines in there. You had a lot of I closed my eyes to like just fully simmer in it. It was more towards the middle when you said I think you were talking about how a docile voice is not respected or something like that.
Let me see what I wrote. Oh, how do you uphold boundaries when a docile spirit is not enough?
Yeah. Can you elaborate on that line? What
And
you're feeling in there?
docile, it's kind of like twofold because like you could argue like Buddha as enlightened, as in his enlightened self was sort of docile.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like just sometimes they'll say like, "Oh, I'm just in bliss in
Right.
general out of life." Like they'll say things like that. They reached a certain point, but I'm also saying docile as like kind of like when you think of like animal abuse. Oh, this dog is docile. It's just laying around. It's lazy. Like it's overweight. It can't do nothing. Like
Mm-hmm.
like there's no urgency. Uh, and so that's also kind of what I mean. Because like you could be you could be a great person, but and everybody loves you, but like it don't mean that someone might not want to like take that from you. Someone might want to be you. Someone
Mm-hmm.
might want to like hurt you to get that, or tarnish your name, or you know what I'm saying. So like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
kind of what I mean by those couple lines.
Definitely, definitely. And just we got 20 seconds right in here. I wanted to wrap up that. There's an idea behind your poem that you're presenting that I heard put really well one time, and it was that uh, a man who's not capable of great violence is not a gentle person; he's a harmless person. So there's that duality of like you have to be capable of doing something. Timer.
Right. What's the word?
All right.
Oh
So
yeah.
how do you feel about your comedy poem?
Um. This is something I don't practice, so I'd have to be in the comedy a little more to really make a sick one.
Right.
But
So
it'll work.
I feel like mine veered off of comedy and just went more into shock value. And again, you being the guest, I do want to give you a proper opportunity to show off your skills. Is this something that you want to share, or would you rather do a different prompt for 10 minutes?
No, I'm down.
You're down? Okay,
I
okay.
mean, it wasn't easy. It took me like a minute to like think and like move the pen, but
But we got in there. So I retitled
yeah,
mine shock value. I will allow you. Did you wrote yours physically on a piece of paper?
yeah, I did actually.
All right, awesome. So I'll just go ahead and close this tab, show you full screen, and I'll mute myself so you can go ahead and introduce yourself and recite that poem.
Um, this is Talented, and I don't know what this poem is called, but yeah, this is just about like laughing at stuff. Uh, I notice I laugh at a lot of pain. I'll laugh if your shirt has an awkward stain. I'd be swept off my heels if you trip and fall on a banana peel. I might LOL if you still use AOL. I might crack up for a good pun. Even a bad joke's fun. Yeah, that's it.
All right, all right. I like the AOL line. That was stuck. That was funny.
It's like
So
I can't tell a story like Dave Chappelle.
is also when you write, do you usually have like a lot more time?
um, you, yeah, for sure. Like, I don't really time constrain myself.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually like when I get the inspiration, I'm trying to like finish it in one sitting though.
Okay.
Uh, so I don't try to like stick within a certain time. But if I have to rush to finish it, like as long as I get the idea out, I'm good.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. All right. And then just so you're aware, before this, so as like in the part where we were writing, that's gonna get plugged like all your highlights and stuff. So they're gonna see your good stuff before they see
Hell yeah.
before they see that one. We'll jump over. I got this is called shock value. Let me go ahead. I retitled it. All right, so this is called shock value. I started off trying to be funny, and then I realized all of my humor is just like I'm funny for a poet, right? Like I wouldn't be funny as a stand-up comedian, but because people don't expect to laugh with the poetry, like that's where I get people. They don't expect me to say some of the things that I'm about to say. That's where I get people. So I thought, let me stay in my lane and let me just rock with that. So it's called shock value.
Hell yeah.
I was told I should write something funny, but honestly, I'm not a comedian. Most people laugh at how ridiculous I am on a daily basis, but I'm just sharing my real thoughts. Like, I don't even like fighting despite training in mixed martial arts, and I don't want to marry a whore despite having thought of plenty of thought. I don't think my comedy comes from what I can say or how I say it. It's just the fact that most people are unprepared for me to say it. Like, have you ever heard the N-word with the hard R on a poetry podcast in the evening? No? Well, get ready. Nah, I'm just kidding, niggers. Bam! He strikes again, a madman with mad fingers, chicken-like and strut as they deliver pipe bomb after pipe bomb into a pipeline of a school day. I only perform at schools because you're not allowed to bomb those anyways nowadays. I keep my wife like I keep my kids, beaten. At video games and Pokemon cards, what you think I beat the shit out of my family? Because I do. Every single time we play PlayStation and play UFC 2, I know they got new ones, but that one was my favorite. Then my son wins by knockout, and my wife cheers him on, so I got to stand up and flare my chest like, bitch, whose side are you on? And before you know it, I say, fuck controllers, ball my fists into tiny boulders, place one on their faces and sentence them like that one guy from Greek mythology who got sentenced to hold them over and over. I feed them all the lines like a drama teacher on the side stage, like, look what you made me do. We could have just done this the nice way, but I don't have kids, a wife, and I was playing the CPU. The death stare I gave them all was in the mirror, and it was just, the death stare I gave them all was in the mirror. It was you just trying to be funny. Now I got a bloody fist. The bleeding is bad. I call an ambulance, and they crashed in like, stop resisting arrest. I'm confused and convulsing, and then the timer went off.
That shit was hilarious.
It is.
I feel like you have a knack for like being punchy with your lines. So if you really wanted to steer in that direction, like you're right there. You know what I mean? Like for stuff to actually be like funnier in the way you like meant to write it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I seen a lot of I know a comedian where like he translates that into his hip hop, like in his hip hop is hella funny. Like a lot of your songs are really funny because like he already had that like comedic like punchline delivery.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, anytime I listen to your tracks, I'm like, damn, that shit was. There's always a line that makes me laugh. Or it's like ridiculous. And there is that shock value, just like this poem, but like it still makes me laugh, and like those ones are always the ones I remember.
Right. I think that's my goal as a hip hop artist. Is I don't want to. I'm not about guns, drugs, hoes, all this stuff. But the reason I rap about it is more of a satirical take every single time. I know people don't always understand that because it could be the first time that they hear me and they just think that that's what I'm about, but like I hope that me being as ridiculous as possible like communicates that idea.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It always comes off like I don't believe you're like this, but like you talking the shit, it just sounds, I don't know, it sounds so natural coming from you, but like I wouldn't necessarily think you're doing all that stuff, you know?
Right. Okay, that's the goal.
Like you're like it's almost like it feels like you're just talking shit about like I don't know. It's really good. It's just hilarious.
I appreciate it. Do you have any lines that stood out in this poem that you that stuck with you?
The beating one, that shit was hilarious. Do they beat my belly? Because I do.
Oh, I didn't know where to go with this. I was just flowing, letting it out. I was.
But that's what I mean by those punchlines. Like I couldn't have thought of something like that. Inherently is already really funny. That could already on its own be told as a joke.
Yeah.
You know, like.
I appreciate the kind words. If you guys liked this poem, go ahead and let me know in the comment section. If you guys didn't and you thought that this was disgusting and we should never do something like this again, also let me know in the comment section. This is where we are going to deliver our closing statements. So, Tallonted, I know we're gonna go film 10 more minutes after this to fill in the previous 10 minutes, but what was your experience on the podcast? You have some closing statements?
This is pretty sick. I like that the way you started. You know what I mean? Watch a few things, kind of discuss it, because it's not enough to just be like, oh yeah, like what I think about this poem. Like this is so boring. You know what I mean? To actually be able to share that with other people, you know,
right,
is really dope. Plus, because you got the video set up, so people can actually go find those poets on YouTube.
Yeah,
that makes it like way easier.
That is one of my goals, to make sure that the poet's name is always featured so people can go see them and find more work for anyone that they liked. And I really appreciate you coming on today and bringing Dave Chappelle. I never knew Dave Chappelle wrote poetry, but here he is.
It's too much.
Here he is. Well, and we will catch you guys. If you want Tallonted back on the podcast, go ahead and leave some Tallonted in the comment section. And if you guys know me at all, you know that we're going to end this abruptly.
Boca suja, boca sucia, talk to me mo, háblame más, fala conmigo más, ella me dice, ella me dice, ella me dice, boca suja, boca sucia, talk to me mo, háblame más,